interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. The Japanese have attacked Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, by air, President Roosevelt has just announced.
The attack apparently was made on all naval and military activities on the principal island of Oahu.
How it really articulated the cost of war beside like on the home front, like how like everybody has to make sacrifices, not just the soldiers, you know what I'm saying? Like the soldiers go and they fight or whatever, but like this story stayed home with the people at home, and like we really saw how that affects them, and like they really drove home the idea that like when anybody goes to war at any point, the United States, whoever, everybody has to sacrifice and everybody has to like deal with that. And we don't see that often, so I really like that. I also really like the music. I don't know, I just like the 1940s swing music. That's always a vibe. So well done.
It felt to me like a visual diary. I think that the filmmaker did a great job, from the music to the production design to the wardrobe choices, of conveying this time period accurately and in great detail with very little resources. I think that the film also did a great job of showing through repetition of locations and repetition of actions the passage of time, and how small changes in those actions and the acting of the characters themselves showed us what they were going through and feeling, and what it may have felt like to have experienced this type of loss due to the war.
To do so much with saying so little. I think you did an incredible job of, providing enough imagery and context to make the story make sense of, it's wartime America, and it's a love story and a story of loss, and just the entire playing out of this war and this woman's life, and just all of it together. I think it was just really, really well done. You were able to establish so much with both the establishing shots as well as sound design, background music, and also just added audio effects in there. But it just came together really, really nice and told the story without saying anything. It's just incredibly well done.
I love stories set in this time period, so I had a really good time watching this piece. Everything from the music to the costumes were just absolutely perfect for the 1940s. And there was some really good storytelling here. No narration and very, very little dialogue, but despite that, it was so emotional. The actors did a really good job, and the music especially was fantastic in this film. Every time the music stopped, the loneliness and the sadness of these characters was just palpable. I also really like the photographs too. I noticed in the end credits the connection between the pilot and the producer, and that just made the film so much more meaningful, and they did a really good job with this
First
one.
off, such a great job in doing and achieving this period piece. I think everything from the music to the filming style to the wardrobe and the set design really created that world, and it didn't feel costumey or put on or anything like that. I really liked that this was more or less a silent film, if you will, but it just told this lovely story and heartbreaking story of the women and the wives that are left behind as war is happening in America. And you could really just get this inside look, and you see the time passage and just checking the mailbox every day, hoping. And then, at the end, the wives having to come together and be strong for each other and support each other when the inevitable happens. And I just think it was really expertly done. And something else that I noticed, which maybe was intentional or wasn't, I was like, wow, these women are so young. The actors are so young, but I think that worked really well. And perhaps it was a choice, because I think that we forget how young people did get married back then, and that these wives are like 19 or 20, and may or may not have children already, right? So I just thought it was really well done. It was very engaging to watch, and I think that they were able to tell a really solid story with little to no dialogue. Great job.
I enjoyed this piece. Just does a good job at delivering a narrative without actually saying a lot. Mostly tells it with just the action. I thought they did a great job with the just with the sets and the wardrobes. Really help paint that picture of the era for a period piece. Really, just smartly done. There's a good filmmaking sensibility here. Definitely recommend checking out.
What a wonderful movie. Painting such a big picture for us, and with no dialogue. It was just wonderfully done, just with the images and music. Great score and great choice of songs, and it's beautifully paced. And I just love the style of storytelling and the photography. The look of everything looked wonderful, and they did a great job of capturing the time period, as the costuming and the setting and everything. They did everything just right, to be able to tell this story that's on a small scale. It's a very personal and intimate story that's dealing with a huge larger world problem. Showing how it affects families, marriage. The husband's going off to die in the war. I love the ending. How the character, to deal with it, she goes back to the place where her and her love had been together, and then she goes over to the neighbor's house to console the neighbor. So she's finding healing, and then she's helping pass on that healing. So the actors did a wonderful job. The actors, everybody on screen just did wonderful. Particularly the lead actor, the lead actress, she was just really good. So this movie really made you think, and it was really interesting. It reminded me a little bit of like Tree of Life, like a Terrence Malick movie a little bit. So great job with this. I hope it gets out there and gets seen.
The cinematography in this piece was really lovely. Whatever the director of photography was using, it really looked like aged film, like this was taking place in the 1940s. And that wasn't just having to do with costumes, but it was just the whole look of the shots really looked like it was aged film. The actors, everyone in it, the period pieces, how they were dressed, the costumer did a fantastic job. So did the actors. To be able to convey what these emotions are with just a look, without any kind of words, is difficult to do. But you followed everything beautifully, from what everybody was feeling to what the story was, beginning, middle, and end. It was really well done. Oh, the set pieces too. I don't know where they found the homes and everything, what you're looking at, but everything was so believable that this was a slice of life from the 1940s. So kudos to them. And the music. I loved how the music made a statement, and it also made a really powerful statement not to have music in certain parts, where it was just they took advantage of the silence, and I thought that was very smart.